What's up, folks? Total War is here. Today we got a 3v3 city assault. So it looks like on attack we have Desert Rome, as I call him. I think it's actually Sicily, but I'll call him Desert Rome just because that's easier to pronounce. Then we have Epirus, one of the Greek factions, and then Dacia here as well on the advance. For the defenders, it looks like we're going to have Carthage, Macedon, and Boii. At least those ones don't have like six syllable names, like whatever this is. Desert Rome. So we'll start out here with Desert Rome. We've got some Desert Legionnaires up front. A lot of Desert Legionnaires, actually. Three. Then some Desert Cohort back behind those in the Siege Towers. So it looks like everything in the Siege Towers is going to be Desert Cohort, and then everything up in front of that is going to be Desert Legionnaires. These guys are going to be supported by two heavy Numidian Skirmishers and two Tribal Slingers. Then we'll have four more Desert Cohort in the back, and they will be supported by an Armored Numidian Rider. Then here for Epirus, we got a Dacian unit here. It's a Mercenary Axe Warrior. Then for Epirus, we'll have some Thurio Spears up front. More Thurio Spears, Italian Swords. Those guys got chevrons there. I see just one chevron there on the far right one. Then two Mercenary Samnite Warriors. That one's got a level 2 chevron. That one has none. Then some Mercenary Etruscan Hoplites. More Mercenary Etruscan Hoplites. Another Samnite Warrior. This guy's got a level 4 chevron. Then some Hellenic Royal Guard. That's a really heavy pike unit. And we got some Cretan archers back behind there, and then the Peltas up front. I'm assuming these are Royal Peltas here, and they are 3 units of those. Then for Dacia here, we've got the Noble Swords. I think I forgot to mention the ballistas. We got a Greek fixed ballista and a African giant ballista there. I don't think I mentioned those. But okay, so for Dacia, we do have that Mercenary Axe Warrior, and then back here we got the Noble Horsemen back behind the Eparisians. Armored Spears, look like they're moving the Tortoises up, then some Mercenary Axe Warriors, then moving the Siege Towers up. We've got an Axe Warrior retreating from the walls there, and then yet another Dacian Giant Ballista. Here come the Dacian Heavies. I see 4 units of those, backed by 7 units of Dacian heavy infantry, or noble swords, and then a Falksman in the back there. Let's see, I think that's everything. And then for the defenders, we're going to have Boii, Carthage, and Macedon. I already mentioned that. For Boii, we're going to have 4 Celtic Bowmen, 4 Oathsworn. Nope, make that 6 Oathsworn. 7 Oathsworn. Wow, it's a stacked army there. Okay, and then 4 Celtic Warriors, no naked swords in there, and then Axe Warriors, 3, 4, 5 of those, one of those having a level 1 chevron. So their army's a little bit weaker due to the fact that they have 7 Oathsworn. They don't have the mid-tier infantry, they just get that low Axe Warrior, but still, I think that's going to pay off. That's going to be interesting to watch, to see if he can pull that one off. Then we have Macedon. We've got Militia Hoplites up front, backed by some Thorax Swords. 3 in that corner, 4 in that corner, back in Militia Hoplites. I'm assuming these are Thracian Warriors, and they are. There's 2 of those. 3 more than Thorax Swords. These guys got at least 2 level 1 chevron units there. Then we got some Thurio Spears in the back, some Pikemen. Wow, they're really Mercenary Cretan Archers. They're tight right here. 3 Mercenary Cretan Archers inside there. And then a Shield Bearer. There's about got to be another Archer unit somewhere that I'm missing. There's no way they only brought 3 Archers. Unless they're like majorly overconfident. It's looking like they only brought 3 Archers, which is really strange. That you don't see that a ton. Anyway, we're going to move on to Carthage here. They've got African Pikemen back, hiding. Then we've got some Mercenary Noble Fighters on Mercenary Samnites, and some Mercenary Samnites. Then Cretan Archers, Balearic Slingers, the General and Bodyguard. And then we have Cretan Archers over there. So 3 Cretan Archers, a Balearic Slinger, 2 Libyan Infantry right there. And then back over here, 2 more, 3 more, 4... 5, 6 Libyan infantry that I can see, but I don't see another slinger or another unit for Macedon, which is strange. But okay, so then they all have obviously their ballistas, and then it looks like they've sallied a little bit of cavalry here. This is companion cavalry, some very heavy shock cap. This stuff costs a ton. So either it was a very high funds battle or Macedon demoted his army quite a bit to get that unit, which is probably the case considering there is no royal peltasts. That kind of explains why there's no elites, except for that shield bearer. They instead went for the Campania cavalry. So we've got Desert Rome advancing here, the first 2 units of which have actually made it to the wall. It looks like we've got some barricades in here, so we've got deployables. That's not something you see very often, but they are winning against those weak axe warriors, which is kind of to be expected. 2 Celtic warriors back there in support then. Meanwhile, the Macedonians and the Carthaginians are taking on the axe warriors with a pretty good win, I would say. These guys got a strong position here. Macedon's doing a really good job cutting through the Samnites and the axe warriors there as they advance. And they're getting a ton of javelin support, not only from those... well, mainly from those Libyan infantry, but over here, these Libyan infantry are getting 3 units of Javi support, so it's no shock that they're winning despite the being outnumbered there. A siege tower, it looks like, has landed on the wall. This is going to be a unit of Thurios. These guys are firing down right onto these mercenary Thracian warriors. You got to get out of there fast, because those Thracian warriors, lightly armored, going to die fast to that kind of fire, but they will hit like a beast on the charge, so if you get them to that, they could take that unit out pretty quick. However, these Thracian warriors are going to get stopped by the defenders' deployables, kind of getting stopped up by their own trap there. Was there deployable? Yeah, there was deployables over that gate there, and this one as well. Looks like Epirus is going to withdraw their Samnites after taking a huge beating. 76 kills on that unit, but it doesn't manage to break through. It took about 50% casualties there. They're going to charge a new unit of those in with a level 2 chevron now, so they're going to up the intensity of that attack here. They're getting some support from those Dacian heavies, so I assume unless some support comes in, these guys are going to take this pretty quickly. They're actually using a pretty good angle there. They were firing into the backs of those thorax until those thorax turned around. Actually, whoa, where am I? Okay, now went through the wall there for a second. Those thorax are now turned around to face their shields towards those that incoming fire, which is a good idea. Meanwhile, these Thurios spears are beginning to lose to the Thracian warriors as I expected. These guys hit like a beast on the charge, and they don't do terrible in the melee, but they definitely don't like getting countercharged. If they just get into a stationary unit, or I guess, let's see. No, I don't really know how they do without... Yeah, they don't do great if they get charged. We've got some Cretan archers here. I don't know if these guys aren't firing, but this is kind of an interesting angle. I've never thought of this. Like, that's actually kind of cool. Fire up over the walls, and you could actually almost fire into the backs of units, like right here. What's the range on these guys? 150, right? Yeah, 150 range. So they might be able to get over these walls if they try to pull back to this side street right here. But I don't know how effective they'd be because they're going over that wall. So those Thurios spears have been routed. Actually, those might not have... Yeah, those were Thurios. Okay, so yeah, they've been routed. Then we've got some support coming in from the Libyan infantry, which is continuing to move up because these Etruscan hoplites and the Axe warriors are pushing with quite a bit of force. We even have we got a thorax and 2 Libyans trying to hold these guys back, and then fire continuing to pour in from these Dacian heavies. He's got 20 kills, and they're actually firing into the backs now of the Libyan infantry, trying to hold that choke point. Here comes the Campania cavalry. They have just entered the melee, and they have taken out the tribal slingers already in one quick blow. That works really nicely, actually, due to the fact that Macedon had a low count on their archers, so now 2 enemy archers or slingers gone. That helps them out quite a bit. Now they're going to pull out real quick. Looks like they might have got a little bit of javelin fire from the the skirmishers and the desert cohort. The skirmishers going to pull forward with heavy casualties. These guys got about 50%, not quite 50% casualties. 64 men left in that unit. That one only lost 1 man, but still, that tribal slinger, those 2 tribal slingers actually are gone. And now the general is going to move up into support, I assume, so he's close enough to infantry support. Meanwhile, the Royal Peltas are moving up now to help cover that flank. Their javelins will do a good job of covering that. And they're going to continue to push this here as the Etruscan hoplites are about to rout. Also, the mercenary axe warriors aren't going to be pushing through by themselves. We do have archer support in the form of the Cretan archers here, 25-28 on those guys. And they are firing into these Thracian Peltas, or Thracian warriors, which is a good idea. These guys aren't going to do good against that archer fire, so it's good to get them out of there. Also getting these guys down off the wall so they don't suffer the same fate. And the archer fire continuing to pour into the backs of these defending units. It's probably about time that they pull back just because of how much fire they're taking to the back, and it's not really being an advantageous spot to defend anymore. Meanwhile, right here, the heavier desert cohort, or desert legionnaires, have actually broken through for desert Rome. They're now taking the wall as well. However, they're getting some support from the Libyan infantry. The defenders are getting some support from the Libyan infantry. And so they should be able to hold that a little bit longer, at least until they fall back over here at the main battle point. And the Campania cavalry there gets in again to get into those tribal slingers. And this time he will finish them off for good. However, he did take quite a bit of javelin fire from those desert cohort. But that unit is at 107 now as it retreats. This unit here is coming in at 59 kills, and it's going to go for these heavy Numidian skirmishers, and I think he's actually going to make it. So far, I don't see any infantry moving to try and stop him. These guys will turn and get a volley off. That'll be pretty painful, but they're going to continue the charge. Smash these heavy skirmishers, and I'm looking around. I don't see any. Oh, yep, we do have some infantry support trying to get in here quick. So he's going to just give a quick shot, and he's going to pull out there. He's going to take some javelin fire in the flank for that one. But he went up to 81 kills after that charge, which really took down the units. Now, I thought he was going to pull this unit back inside. Instead, he's reforming. Just kind of harassing these attackers. I really like the strategy there, just like harassing them as they move through or as they try to advance to the walls. Has this artillery already used its ammunition? I think, yeah, it about has to have. Because I was going to say, if that's got ammunition right now, that would work out really nicely. But it's already used it. It's got 31 kills. This one here has 35, and this one here's got 7. This one, however, is still firing. Wait, yeah, this one's still firing. It doesn't look like it is, but apparently it is. Anyway, yeah, so they assume they're probably... What are they firing at? It doesn't say. I don't see anywhere down here taking fire. Maybe that's just broken. It must not be firing because, well, we'll check back in later and see if it has more kills because I don't think it's firing right now. Anyway, the Thorax here continuing to hold, but without the javelin support from their allies, they're going down, or they're slowly getting taken out. You can see they're losing now to the Samnite push, mixed with those Italian swords and the mercenary axe warriors. Gonna get a charge from the Thracians, though. These guys at 99 kills, and the other unit of those is 0. Little disappointing, but here come the Thorax now. These guys got yellow morale. Thurio's spear. They've lost quite a bit of their unit. 99 men left, and that wall. They're shooting artillery at the walls now. They must have saved their artillery, which is always smart in a siege battle because these guys now have racked up 42 kills. Firing into the walls. This unit here has 186. I think these guys are out, though. That is like a really high kill count. They don't know what they were firing into, but whatever it was very effective. Epirus also has 47 and continuing to fire now into the streets. So the best object here, or best thing to do probably for these defenders is probably just to pull back, hopefully outside that artillery range. It's got quite a bit of range, 550. So yeah, those guys can hit pretty far into this city. So pulling back out of their range would pretty much mean pulling back to like where these shield bearers are, which is the equivalent of giving the entire city to the enemy. So yeah, you can't really do that, but you got to figure out some way to silence those. I don't know if you send in the Campania cavalry, which is once again charging for these heavy Numidian skirmishers. This time, though, it's going to pull back before it gets there, as the armored spears are going to move in to try to intercept it. It doesn't like the angle of attack, and it's going to pull out there. These guys might be best if you pull them back inside the city, and then maybe try to hit, like, or wait, where's the nerd? Come out this side now, because you got exposed archers here. The only problem is you got to come up this choke point in the river and then come around, and you could be seen there. I thought those were deployables. I was like, I didn't know you could put deployables in the river, but those were already built. I just had to zoom in and check. Okay, so these guys got 9 kills. These guys got 139 as they go out. The thorax swords here are also going to rout with 65 kills. We've got some other thorax with 9 kills in support there. I think it's about time these guys pull back from the walls. With the artillery support and everything else, it's not becoming a good spot to hold. But it looks to me like they kind of disagree as they're going to charge in yet another unit to try to defend that, which is taking fire to the back from those Cretan archers. These Cretan archers, though, probably about out of ammunition. I mean, these guys got 120 and 146 kills there. They're going to pull back. They still have their bows out, so they still got a little bit of ammunition, but man, they've got to be about out. Actually, they're not pulling back, they're just repositioning. Here comes a Samnite warrior. This one's got the level 4 chevron, and it's taking javelin fire from the Thurios, I think? No, it looks like just the thorax. These Thurios must be out of ammunition, because they're not firing. Yeah, maybe. Are they? I don't know if they are or not. No, it doesn't look like they are. They're not going to fire. They're just going to reform. And so they do have ammunition, though, apparently, because they're holding their spears in the throwing position, not the actual spear position. Yeah, see, these guys are getting ready to throw. They're going to move them into the position to throw at that Samnite. You about have to. Those Samnites are going to have to take extra extra support to take those guys out. This Thurios spear getting busy taking out the Thurios and Italian swords that are charging the thorax. The Epirusians did manage to take a tower entrance there. They're going to get up on the wall and throw javelins down into the street. Meanwhile, some axe warriors have also broken through. They've gotten down into the street. Those barricades are kind of slowing them down a little bit, because I think the units always destroy the barricades as they go. So it is slowing them down a little bit. Archer fire now, javelin fire from these Thurios spears pouring into the advancing Epirusians there. These guys, I'm really surprised they're not focusing fire on, or this javelin fire on these, those Samnite warriors. Meanwhile, we've got Boii. They are fighting that desert cohort. That desert cohort's cutting through them pretty quickly. This one's fighting that Libyan infantry. It's not managing to win just yet. This Libyan infantry on the walls appears to be winning, and it is. It's got 50 kills. Meanwhile, the desert cohort has 121, though. The archer fire was pouring into the back of that desert cohort, forced it to pull back. It looks like Carthage might push. Yes, he will push. Okay. So, Boii losing there, 78 kills on that Axe Warrior, 100 on the Desert Cohort, fire pouring into the backs of both of those attacking units. The main push here is coming in this corner, and I'd say it's succeeding more than Desert Roams. But fire now from the ballistas, I see, they're aiming down on those archers, and that's a good target. The only problem is that you can see how the archers are a bit more spaced out than the tighter infantry units here. And so you're not going to get as many kills, but I think they're a bit more quality kills. So 42 on that unit. This one here's got 186. They must have run out of ammunition. This guy's at 56 and out, no longer firing. But the Campania cavalry has gotten behind it, so I can't imagine it'll be alive much longer. And then we're going to move up over here, where the Thurios now are trying to fight off these noble swords. And the last defense of these guys is pretty much broken. The corner has pretty much been taken. I think it's about time to establish secondary defenses further back in the city. You cannot hold this corner with a leak like that. I mean, that's awful. Now the Dacian nobles going to get a backfire onto those Libyan infantry. The Libyans going to try to pull out. They were fighting those Samnites, who actually weren't even facing them. So the Samnites were losing that, but yeah, they're going to have to try to pull out, reform. They don't think they're going to make it. They're going to get caught by those Noble Swords. They're going to go down pretty quick. These Thurios also trying to fight that, and now units just bleeding through in here. I'm surprised nobody's went for the back of the Thorax, which are still holding this corner. We got some Hellenic Royal Pike stack in here. Apparently that was not against the rules. Either that or he was cheating. Actually, they're not in with the unit, or the units aren't in with these guys. These guys are pretty much by themselves. So, and they get their backs to them, actually. So archer fire right now would be quite effective against that unit. Knock it out really fast. Yeah, all defenses now collapsed in the corner. This Carthaginian Libyan infantry is about to go down, and with that, I would say the last defense of that corner is gone. However, they are going to move up some Samnites and some Thorax and try to hold at least that street. It looks like they might try to continue the engagement down in the corner, but I don't know if that's wise. Up on the wall, the Libyans have retreated. The desert cohort, 14 men left, has been left alone as these Libyans try to reform. They're going to take another charge from those desert cohort, and they did manage to retake that tower, but they're losing it again to those cohorts on the wall. I think they need to at least put a guard right here in this street so that these guys don't come down on, or these guys don't break through this Thorax, which they're about to do because one of those guys is already routing. This guy's at 107. The routing one's at 111 and has earned 2 chevrons. Or has 2 chevrons. I don't know if it's earned 2 chevrons, but it has 2 chevrons. And they could potentially be advancing through that street and into the back of the Carthaginian defense pretty soon. And yeah, already the cohorts that they left on the wall have broken through or have gotten down, and more desert cohort, full units of desert cohort are now positioning themselves on the wall trying to get through. Bowie's still holding, actually. Actually, Bowie's not fighting, but they can still be holding if an advance does come. It doesn't look like anybody's pushed this side just yet because there is no barricades down. I mean, there's that one, but that looks like it was from Bowman trying to get into a good position. So these guys are going to get stopped, and javelin fire are going to commence. These guys are going to hurt trying to get that done. And then now the Cretan archers reform. Oh, these guys are out of ammunition. 108, it's a decoy trying to draw fire. I don't know if it's working. It doesn't look like it is. And then let's find the Campania cavalry. Yeah, both those ballistas are gone. Oh, wait, where were they? The ballistas aren't even there anymore. Oh, yeah. There's one. I thought the other one was right here. And it's like they almost just took the ballistas apart. Because, like, here's the men from the ballista. But the ballistas are gone. There was a ballista here, guys. I'm not going crazy, am I? There was something there, or around here. It's like the Campania cavalry took the time to take the ballistas apart piece by piece and then dispose of every... Oh, wait, they're coming back. Wow. That's really weird. Okay, yeah. Okay, I was not going crazy. They are back. That is weird. I've never had that happen before. Okay, I'm not crazy, though. So these guys did also get taken out, the Dacians here. That brings the cavalry kill count up to 83, and the other unit here up to 159 as they continue to reposition. However, those Dacians' noble swords are onto them. They're like, you're not getting through us. They have formed a wall. They are not in shield wall, but they have formed a form of wall, just a big long line, and now it looks like they're going to withdraw that wall back inside now that the archers are safe, and they'll just guard those openings. Right now, though, it looks like the best target for these Campanias is armored Numidian riders, because these guys are outnumbered by the Campania cavalry. They have a ballista right next to them, which would be very prime target, considering these guys still have ammunition, and they've got 71 kills. And that armored Numidian rider would deal quite a blow to Desert Rome's infantry, morale, whatever. Actually, these guys have discipline, and the Desert Cohort discipline does not suffer a morale penalty when general dies. So, yeah, it doesn't actually suffer anything. These archers would. The Numidian skirmishers would. That's the only unit in the armory that would. Or wait, no, the ballista would too. But I don't think that would really matter at this point. Desert Rome is pretty much out of this. They have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units left, 9 units left. So less than half their army. And yeah, they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna survive. They're gonna go down pretty quickly because it looks already like these Campania cavalry are lining up to take them out. I would be nervous if I was Desert Rome, and I would probably be withdrawing my general inside the walls or moving infantry support out. And it doesn't look like he's doing either of those, as those Desert cohort are not moving at all. So another fire from the ballista, and the Campania cavalry are still stationary. We'll check back in a minute on those guys. They have reformed the defense in the streets now. These pikemen are here, but it looks like they took quite a bit of fire from probably the artillery. They only got 69 men left, which is quite a blow because those pikemen can be a good unit late. Those thorax with one chevron trying to hold on against the noble swords. They are doing it successfully, but that's tight. So now those mercenary Samnites with support fire, the Balearic slingers moving up, going to open fire pretty soon. Let's see, a Samnite here broke through, and these archers with swords are going to try to stop it, or at least fix it, until some heavier infantry can get in there. Speaking of heavier infantry, it looks like the Oathsworn have engaged. We have 1, 2 engaged now, 3 more moving up, and then 2 more still in reserve. I don't think, yeah, there's nothing else back here. So yeah, these guys actually breaking through or bringing up their heavier infantry. I would not want to be the attackers right now because there's a lot of Oathsworn back there, and those guys pack quite the punch. Okay, so the Samnite warriors are going to get destroyed because they were majorly outnumbered and outclassed now that those guys came in. They did manage to rack up a few kills against these archers, 118 and 71 on those 2 units. Meanwhile, these Oathsworn, 8 kills, no losses, and they are in firing their javelins. The Samnite warriors at 51 kills, losing to the advancing Desert cohort and Italian swords. Meanwhile, the noble swords are yet to advance down the street. Looks like a lot of fire pouring in from those Dacian heavy bowmen. And it looks like it's all going right into those Balearic slingers, who probably should have gotten out of there. But they're going to fight on heroically until the end, it looks like. And they're going to draw fire for all that infantry, which is nice. I mean, you don't want to lose your infantry hit point, but still, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so they got the African Giant Ballista to disengage from its equipment. They did engage the heavy rider, it looks like there, and a bunch of people just turned over dead as soon as I zoomed in. They did engage that rider, but the rider did manage to escape with heavy casualties, and it looks like their general survived, so the whole point of doing that was gone, or is lost. Now the Campania cavalry here, 191 and 100 kills. They're going to turn around and try to destroy the remainder of those African Giant Ballista crew. Alright, let's see here. As the Oathsworn, I mean, completely turning the tide here, cutting through these guys. We do have some Hellenic Royal Guard advancing, though that's not a unit you want to engage head on. I don't think they have any archers left. They might, though. Oh, wait, does Bowie have archers? Bowie does have archers left. Those Celtic bowmen are still alive and firing, and there's 3 Celtic bowmen over here as well that are still alive and firing. So yeah, they are going to bring in support. I can see those guys moving over there already. And then the Cretan archers also kind of in a bit better position than those Balearic slingers were. All 3 of those trying to get fire, I assume, either on those Dacian heavies or on the noble swords that are advancing. Those pikes have been completely routed now. That's too bad because that's a cheap unit, but it can be pretty valuable late game in choke points, stuff like that. And now they're gone. That's a blow. I mean, every unit you lose is a blow, but you get the point. So Desert Rome pretty much out of this now, and they're losing their last. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units left, 2 of which are archers. And their general makes it 7. So yeah, nothing special left for them. I would say they're pretty much neutralized as a threat. But I would say Macedon is also kind of in a similar situation. They are out of infantry. They literally have their general shield bearer and a pikeman unit, then those 3 archers. So Macedon's probably taken heavier losses. I would compare Carthage probably to someone like Epirus, and then Dacia would be the Bowie of the attackers. So it's pretty even still. The balance power bar is staying pretty even so far. It's going to take a miracle to turn this one around. I think right now, as it stands, the attackers kind of have the advantage, just because of all those noble swords, and those guys are really tough to beat. There's nothing really other than those 7 Oathsworn over there that can really fight these guys. Like, nothing Carthage really has can take these guys out. And these Oathsworn are getting used elsewhere, so they won't be there to engage later. Meanwhile, these pikes working with the desert cohort to try and push those Oathsworn back. The Oathsworn actually losing that fight, but it looks like they're about to get flanked, so I wouldn't rejoice too soon. They're taking quite a bit of archer fire from these Celtics and getting surrounded by another Oathsworn if the Oathsworn can break through. Looks like they've got something between them. No, they're there. Yeah, they've got the flank on those guys, and then Royal Peltas now charging into the melee to try to stop that flanking move. Those Hellenic Royal Guard pushing forward. That's not good for that Oathsworn. Only 55 kills on that unit, and it is falling fast. 61 men left, 60 men left against that combined pike infantry push. So pike stack's a little bit OP, but we'll let him go because apparently either he was cheating and we can't change it. So yeah, it doesn't really matter at this point. Let's see here, as Massilia's Desert Rome's last 2 units have really been knocked out. They have a depleted infantry here, about half strength, and then 1 almost full unit, 1 man missing there, and then 2 heavy Numidian skirmishers and their generals. So not much left for them. Combined infantry pike push here by Carthage. So either they're cheating or it was just blatantly not against the rules at this point. Those noble swords not going to do too good against a combined pike and infantry push, especially with the Oathsworn being one of those infantry units. Yeah, this noble sword's not yet taken losses, but I assume that will come pretty quickly as soon as they press that attack a little bit further, which they will probably do pretty soon as they realize their advantage there. Meanwhile, these Numidian skirmishers have gotten in there, 53 kills on those guys. These pikes have gotten flanked by the Oathsworn, which they finally managed to get it done. We do have another pike unit here. Is there another? Yeah, there is another Hellenic pike unit. It's over here. No, those are Etruscan hoplites. There might... Oh, yeah, right here, right. These are the Hellenic pikes, I think. Come on, get on. Yes, these are the Hellenic Royal Guard. And then the Campania Cavalry not really doing anything. I'm kind of surprised considering there's a huge flanking opportunity right here. And you could get into these archers, smash those Royal Peltasts, pull through, get to a lot of archers right here. These Peltasts, these slingers or whatever. No, these are skirmishers. Break through, get into that. You might suffer some javelin fire from those Royal Peltasts, though. I think these guys, yeah, still have ammunition. Surprised I'm not using it. That's a pretty good position. I mean, maybe wait and get over here somehow. Fire into the back. I don't somehow imagine that would just not work. Now the pikes here continuing to beat off those noble swords. We do have some Royal Peltas though coming up as well. These guys are going to try to get their javelins off into those pikes and shred that unit for the charge. But that unit's going to pull back, I think. Yeah, that unit's pulling back and let the infantry take the brunt of that javelin attack. And then over here we have we do have some pikes moving up. I was going to say we have absolutely nothing happening, but we do have some pikes moving up against these noble swords, which are going to withdraw. However, there's still Dacian heavies to try and take these guys out. That would also probably be another good target for these Campania Cavalry if they could somehow get inside this hole, the breach in the wall right here, somehow get past armored infantry, get through those Falksmen in there, which wouldn't be too much trouble. Though the Falksmen, I think, have a bonus versus large. That makes them pretty hard. Bonus versus infantry. Oh, I thought they had some sort of bonus versus large because they have the Falks instead of the sword. But I'm not seeing it now. Nope, I don't see it. Okay. I thought they did, but they don't. So we'll see. This guy finished with only 7 kills, and it still says he's firing. I'm pretty convinced that's just broken at this point. Can't imagine a scenario where it is not broken. Because if it's not, he seriously needs to turn it around and be firing like right here into this massive infantry and generals or whatever. The companion cavalry is moving a little bit. I'm kind of watching them out of the corner of my eye because I want to see what they can do late game. I mean, right here's a huge hole. Get in right behind into these skirmishers. Rear charge this infantry mass. Big game changer right there if you route that push. So some more pikes in there now. These guys are in pike phalanx. It didn't look like they were for a minute, but I think it's just that flag was getting covered a little bit there. I don't even know what angle. Right there, yeah, you can't see it. It looks like they weren't, but they are, thankfully. These desert cohort here are going to try to push forward once again. Wait, no. They weren't pushing. It was the noble swords that were pushing. Once again, they're going to push for the first time. They're going to give their javelins to the Samnite warriors there on the flank. They might rout those Samnites actually, because there's only like 17 men left in that whole unit. And then the Falksmen going to come in against the heavily armed Samnite warriors, but superior numbers probably going to win that one for them. Yeah, those Samnites are taking more losses than I thought they would. Okay, the pikes are going to move forward now and try and get rid of the Falksman charge. Yeah, those Samnites are losing quickly. Archers getting up on the wall here. These guys don't have ammunition at this point. So they're pretty much just decoys now, trying to move up on the wall, trying to take archer fire and slow these guys down. Is that the same thing for these Cretans? No, these Cretans still have ammunition. They are not decoys. So they are still a threat. So the pikes now have no known enemies on the field other than the javelin fire of these noble swords, which I can't imagine. What is that? 2 volleys a unit, so 2, 4, 6, 8 volleys of javelins there. The shield bearers can take that if they just move up in front and then retreat back behind these pikes. Yeah, they're gonna want to advance because that's all these Dacian noble swords are gonna do. They're gonna stop and throw their javelin. Oof, that's not pretty. These guys are not gonna like that. 83 men left. The balance of power bar tipping a little bit in the favor of the defenders. Oh, and the companion cavalry did come in. They did get in back behind that infantry. They saw the gap and they took it. Oh man, yeah, they got right back behind those royal peltas, all those pikemen. Wow, they are gonna do some damage right there. 106 on that unit, 223 on that other one. That one's got a level 3 chevron at this point. This one's got 1. However, some spears moving up, so you might want to get out of there. They will pull out, it looks like. Yeah, they're gonna get out of there when they see those spears advancing. Oh, those are pikes. Those aren't spears, those are pikes. Okay, my bad. And I see some javelin fire also pouring in from the royal peltas. So those guys are going to come out. I assume they're going to just come in later down the line on this other entrance, which is exactly what they're going to do. They like read my mind here. Whoa, wait, yeah, okay. They are going to try that. Okay, they're going to go in. I bet they're going to hit straight on that armored spearman and rout it. And then they're going to come up behind on these archers and then rear charge that infantry again. Because that is what I would do. They're stopping there, letting themselves take a little bit of fire there from the arrow towers. And then they're going to come in. I don't know if you go for the armored spears at this point since they've moved around the corner. But you could rear charge this infantry mass, which wouldn't be bad. So split your units maybe at this point. No, they're going to go for the Numidian general. Look at this. Oh man, they're going to go straight for that Numidian general. He's going to see that coming. Oh, wait, they're turning, stopping. What are they doing? Let's go ahead and see camera and see what they're going to do. I think I can hit page up, yeah, and move through the ranks. Let's try to get to the front. Here we go. Okay, they're going to go straight into these guys. I like seeing cavalry charges from this point of view. It's so cool. Boom. Wow. Just like shredded each other. Actually, yeah, those companion cavalries, heavier armor, are totally going to win that one. Oh, wait, we got some noble horse coming in. Wait, those are noble horse, right? No, yeah, noble horsemen. Okay, same thing. Actually, no, it's not because the horse isn't noble. The men are. You know what? It doesn't matter. These guys didn't get a counter charge, so those noble horse might start winning there. I don't. Okay, so yeah, no. Numidian's general, or Numidia. Desert Rome's general is gone. Campania cavalry going to try to withdraw there. I don't think they like the fight against the noble horsemen. They're going to withdraw, and they're going to try to hit these skirmishers, it looks like. These skirmishers not paying attention, going to take it right in the back. And wow, that's going to hurt. Oh, man, yeah. Bang, just shred it. Man, they went clear through that unit. Are these guys alive, or they got to be dead at this point? There's no way. Yeah, they just got trampled. I thought maybe they'd just somehow... Oh, what? Look, there's just magically dead bodies just standing up. Okay, yeah, that's one bad thing about the cavalry charge. You think you've got everybody because they're all just laying down, and then everybody just gets back up. That could be changed, maybe. If you get knocked down. I guess no, because you would get... I don't know. Anyway, we've got shield bearers here trying to take on these noble swords with the aid of some Samnites. These Samnites at 107. The shield bearers here at 8 kills. And fire pouring in from these Cretan archers. These guys have racked up quite the kill count here. 99, 72, and 117. They're firing on into these infantry masses. These guys out of ammunition, but they're trying to move them into a better position so they can be seen by those Cretans and maybe just draw a little bit of fire. Man, if they had just been faking it that they're out of ammunition, this is an awesome spot right there. I mean, right into the backs of those pikes and all those other units. One thing I've never gotten, though, from archers is... where'd they go? Oh, there they went. Okay. They still have archer ammo right there in their satchels or whatever they are. I don't know. Quivers. They still have ammo in there. I don't get it. So the Campania cavalry here got 264 on that unit, 140 on the other as they have routed the rest of the infantry mass. They're going to get through here, and this one looks like it's pretty much now in the favor of the defenders. That cavalry charge really turned it around. And why are these guys not gone? There's literally 12 men left. They should really just rout. Why is Bowie not advancing? Don't draw up a line. You need to advance at this point. Like, take these guys out, climb up on the wall, get rid of those royal peltas, come up behind these Dacian. Actually, why don't they just advance against the spears, too? Send up your noble fighters, get rid of those spearmen as well. Mop up the rest of this defense, come in behind here against these noble swords. I don't know. They're clearly not seeing my logic in this. Here the pikes and the shield bearers trying to defend against the noble swords. There are 24 kills on that unit, 25 now, 26. It's slowly climbing, but not quite high enough, fast enough. The cavalry here, for Carthage did break through. Actually, it didn't break through anywhere. The archers tried to get down, and it just mopped them up right there. 14 kills on that unit now as it took out those archers. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's kind of the writing on the wall at this point. It is over for these guys. The Campania cavalry moving around the flank here. They can't really do much in a head-on assault against that heavy infantry. And they can't go around because they can't fight that noble horseman. So they're kind of stuck right where they're at. These guys, though, they could go run down these Numidians who refuse to go away. These guys got 60 kills, and they have rallied with 30 men. Just run out and destroy those guys because they're... I mean, they should have went out a long time ago. They just refused to rout. Something about that morale bonus or something. I don't know. But here they come, the Campania cavalry, straight into... Oh, wait, nope, they're going to stop. I thought they had a whole charge going on there. They're going to leave this one to the masses as the archers are going to start charging in 111, 145, and 106 on those guys as they're charging into the noble swords. The noble swords just going to get a higher kill count for doing that. Some noble swords here are going to go on the wall, maybe try to wall climb behind these guys. And I'm still kind of surprised Bowie's not like sending either units to support or going... Oh, there we go. Now he sent his units around. Okay, good job, Bowie. Just what I was looking for. Alright, he did send those guys around. And now I want Carthage to advance your noble fighter on that spear unit. That is your next objective. Since I'm clearly telling you what to do, go ahead and do it. Nothing. They are disobedient. They don't want to do that. Okay, so Macedon, surprisingly, they had like the least of the units earlier. I mentioned that they only had like 4 or 5 units left. Is being like the final bit of defense here is the shield bearers. 43 kills going to go down. Those pikemen, there are 38 men left, 57 kills. They're going to charge the cavalry in once again. These Dacians going to try to get javelin fire down in on these guys. So that's no good. But we have an Oathsworn here. The Oathsworn's pretty much probably going to wrap up the rest of these guys. Or strong enough to wrap up the rest of these guys if he wants. But he's actually going to go up on the wall instead. He's going to try to take out this guy's throwing archer ammo in there. or javelin fire in there. The Celtic Bowmen, 93 swords drawn, gonna move up and try to enter the melee. Now, finally, we're gonna get these mercenary nobles to advance here on the spears. Swords. They're not swords. They're spears. Those mercenary noble fighters, 2 chevrons, 112 kill count, and these spears are only gonna help them get that up bit higher. Now those guys are going to rout pretty quickly, I imagine. Going to stop, take the time to capture the tower. Good job by Bowie. Continuing to advance around and behind the remaining Dacian units. Yeah, this one's pretty much over. GG to everybody. And that's it. Yep, they're going to pull out. This Oathsworn got 3 chevrons, 244 kills. These guys got 181, 2 chevrons. These guys got 188, 2 chevrons. These guys got 115, 1 chevron. And then there's that Axe Warrior, 60 kills, no chevron. They're a little bit disappointing, but they are Axe Warriors. Nobody expects them to be awesome. Now, with those swords wrapped up, looks like Carthage is going to pull those mercenaries back, try to reinforce maybe the Macedonian front. These Campania cavalry... Oh, wait, no. Not the Campania. I thought the Campania cavalry were cycle charging. It's actually just the general and bodyguard for Carthage pulling out. These pikes, surprisingly, still going, 67 kills. They're like getting majorly flanked. They're majorly out of position. They're actually facing the wall instead of the enemy. And the general and bodyguard are going to pull out there. We do have an Oathsworn winning on the wall. These Oathsworn are going to try to take out that noble horse, which is actually winning by cycle charging. These guys need to enter a shield wall to try and slow that down, but they got more reinforcements coming soon, including a full 70 units or 70 men unit of Oathsworn with 2 chevron. That's not a full unit. I don't know why it's in a full 70 man unit. That's not a full unit. That's like less than half unit, but it doesn't. No, that's over half unit. Let's see. Yeah. And they're actually going to break through right here. And there's no... Oh, wait. Yep. Carthage just brought in their final. These guys unengaged through all of this. This Oathsworn still 120 of 120. 0 kills. These guys have not yet seen the battle. They're going to be the wrap-up unit, looks like, unless Carthage can do this. I assume Carthage might get beaten unless some sort of like morale disadvantage kicks in and Dacia just routes really quickly. Those Oathsworn look like they're going to be the wrap-up unit here. These guys, I don't know what these guys are doing. They've got Royal Peltas on one side, Noble Swords on one side, and then a Noble Horseman just running around in circles around them. I assume this guy's going to, yeah, he's going to try to rear charge this Oathsworn. Ooh, he might rout that unit, actually. That guy's got 3 chevrons. 197, but it looks like, oh no, morale is climbing now. He's only got 9 men left. Wow. 8 men left. I think this guy's going down. 7. I can't see a scenario where this guy survives. 7. Well, actually he might, because these noble horsemen are actually, they're winning. Wow, against all those Oathsworn. Here come the supports though. The rest of the noble swords have been routed. This guy got 9 kills, no losses on that Oathsworn. 11 kills, now 12. It's just racking up deserters at this point. Yeah, so good job by all involved. And let's take a look at the statistics quick. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And let's see what they did here. So we've got Carthage here. This is Hawk Kev Rock. 1,751 kills. He's got 29 on his general, 156 on those Cretans, 112, 78, and then 64 on the Balearic Slingers. 129, 104 on the African Pikemen. This guy's got 2 chevrons on both of them. 60, 79, 106 being the best of the Libyan infantry, 114 then. And then Mercenary Noble Fighters, 158, 113 on those guys. 94, 59. So the Samnites did pretty good. That 59's not great, but it did okay. The Darkin was playing as Macedon. He has 58 on his general, 274 on the Campania Cavalry, 161 on that Campania Cavalry. Those guys did awesome, racking up a level 4 chevron and a level 2 chevron. 112, 108, 148 on his archers, 139 on those Thracians. That Thracian didn't do so good, only 9 kills, but it took guys rasped by quite a bit of archer fire. 68 then. 117, 119 on those thorax, 10 on the militia hoplites, 138 on that thorax. That's the best of those. Then Chicken Blood had 1,704 kills. He was playing as the Bowie, 68 on his general. Let's see, 70 being the best of his Celtic Bowman. Nothing special with those. 94 being the best. Sorry. Yeah, 3 of those earned a level 1 chevron. 83 being the best of those Axe Warriors. 49, 47, 48 there on those Celtics. Then the Oathsworn, 219, 244, 202. And then there's the 74, 148, and just 13. That 13 never really engaged, though. These guys racked up 3 chevrons across, 3 of them racked up to level 3 chevrons. 1 got a level 2 chevron, and then 1 got a level 1 chevron. Actually, 2 got a level 1 chevron because the Oathsworn General got that one as well. Then we have Call Me Pops. That's Dacia. He's got 13 kills. 78 on his general, 186 on that ballista there, 111 on this Dacian heavies, 147, 106 on the Falksman. Really good for that cheap unit, actually. 53 on those Axe Warriors, 121, 185, 276, 119, 157 on those Noble Swords. Those guys really racked up the kill counts. Pyman 365 was playing as Desert Roam, 1,503 kills, 84 on his ballista, 13 on his general there. Nothing much on those slingers and skirmishers, 60 being the best for all 4 of those. But they were being harassed by Campania cavalry, so you can't really blame them. 103 on that desert cohort, 123 on that desert cohort, 148, 155, 101, 132 on those guys, 137 on Desert Legionnaire, and then 74 and 19. Then we have Ichiru. He's playing his Epirus, 1,782 kills. He has 65 on the General, 114 on the Royal Peltas, 115 there by the Sam Knight Warriors, 133. That's pretty much it. 175 and 101 on those Peltas, 149, 111. Good job by all his skirmish units. 117 on this Hellenic Royal Guard, 78, and then 56 for that Ballista. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next one.